I'm trying to. Oh, yep. I got a live feed going on.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's working. And you guys, I can hear you guys through the desktop audio. There we go. I think we're good. All right. So, recap. You guys had just come out of the ruins with the orb successfully. And I'll go ahead and read. You guys knew that that Nephrax was reappearing out there, so I put a little bit here together, just kind of set the scene, and we'll start there, and then you guys can jump in when everything happens. So as you emerge from the ruins, you can almost feel the darkness of the moonless night surrounding you. You make your way up to the top, only to find Nepharax and his minions standing before you. Nepharax slowly raises one hand towards you, and you hear a voice inside your head say, "Well done, you have found the orb. Now give it to me." And while the words still echo in your mind, the orb begins to pulsate and glow, its light growing in intensity until it can no longer be contained. The orb suddenly bursts with light so bright that you can only see white light everywhere. The white light slowly begins to subside, and then you see 5 orbs of light, each the size of the orb, start to float out and above the orb and start to arrange themselves into a line between you and Nepharax. The new glowing orbs begin to grow and take shape, and this causes Nepharax to take several steps back, as his minions even seem to cower a bit. As the light shapes begin to form into humanoid shapes, I'm sorry, as the light shapes begin, they form into humanoid shapes. They also begin to move, and then almost in unison, they stretch out massive wings as they solidify into human forms with great wings, wielding massive swords that almost appear to be made of light. The human form in the center speaks. "We are the guardians of the light, and you do not belong here. Leave now or suffer the consequences." Nifrak seems to pause for a moment, and then surprisingly, he says, "Now that the orb has been activated, you can no longer hide it from me. I will return with my army. I will destroy you, and I will have that orb one way or another. Consider yourself warned." And with that, Nepharax and his demon minions begin to dematerialize and slowly dissipate into nothingness. Once the demon and his cohorts have vanished, the figures turn to you. You have ignited the light, you have lit the light of the orb, and you have also thereby awoken us, its guardians, as well. We are grateful that you have found the orb before Nepharax, as he would use it to snuff out the light completely in your world. The orb was intended to be a gift to this world, from our world to yours, but Nepharax will not rest until he possesses it. The orb is bound to your world, so we must remain here to guard it. We cannot exist for long periods outside of the orb, but we must find a way to guard and protect the orb. Can you help us?
Yes.
It's just
Sure.
no hesitation.
I'm just like, there's something monetary for this, right? I mean, they got to be able to pay something, huh?
This is about saving the world. Stop thinking about money. Freaking
I'm not thinking, look, money feeds the poor, okay? I'm thinking about the poor. I just do it in steps.
Just trying to come at this at all angles here.
Right?
Yeah.
Civilized people.
So basically, to meta this out, yeah, they're basically the guardians of the orb, but because, like I said, they're kind of bound to the orb, they can only sort of exit the orb for short bursts of time. Um, they they're basically, they need a new hiding spot, is what they need, since Nepharax has found this. So they would like some help in finding a new place to keep the orb safe from Nepharax, until they can figure out a way to get rid of him, or at least make it impossible for him to find. And he is right. Now the orb has been activated. He probably has a way to keep some kind of tabs on it, or at least try to track it down, because he's kind of bound to it too.
That's a bit of a sticky situation there.
So they basically, and what I also did some work on the setting to at least give us an area that has some meat on the bone, so to speak. So we're not just kind of wandering around the wilderness. And of course, I forgot, that's the one thing I forgot to open was my Asgar. Hang on one second. Oops.
I hate doing this so soon into the session, but apparently I have to go check on something.
Okay. No worries.
Damn it. I'll try to be back real quick.
Okay. I got to open up the map here, and it's going to take a moment because Asgar's is slow. There we go. Okay. Install. I don't know where it installs to, but it seems like I got to install it every time I want to do it on my desktop. So we'll see what happens here. Nothing's happening. All right, let me just load in the browser. I can use the browser. That's not a problem. Blood, sweat, and steel. Setting. Alicia. Where are you? There it is. It's loading. There we go. Now it's going to take me a minute to zoom in. Well, that's better. Ooh, that might be too close. I love this tool, but it is hard to work with when you're doing an entire world campaign setting. My computer does not like this app very much. There we go. I zoom in a little bit more.
I say Roll20 doesn't like much things, including itself.
Yeah, I'm still learning. Foundry. It's good. I know I'll get over to it. I've got everything kind of set up on the back end. Now I just got to learn how to actually use it, like importing maps and putting in tokens, and just actually using the app. So that's what I'm gonna try to do this week. But I think I got it set up right. All right. For this part of the campaign rule, sorry, where I've got you guys right now, there's basically like two large continents, one very small continent between the two. For this setting, the westernmost, I guess you could say, on the map continent is where you are. And I got to zoom out so I can get the info real quick. Most of that, continent is covered by the Volandian Empire. Um, Started out as sort of a ragtag bunch of varying barbarian tribes that eventually grew and sort of learned how to get along together and have developed a rather large. It's probably, I want to say, I'm trying to scroll out here. It just takes forever with this stupid map. Come on.
Come on.
No, it doesn't want to scroll. But I would say it probably takes up about 2/3 of the of that continent is the Volandian Empire. So it's a wide stretching, but it's very thinly stretched. There's a lot of hills, rough terrain in the center of the continent. A lot of swamps and bogs and things like that. Not super hospitable or habitable. Um, and you're kind of in the southeast corner ish, or kind of towards the western edge of the continent. Um, now it's zooming. There we go. All right. So right now I've got the closest. Still zooming, so bear with me. The closest city is a city called Joman. It's near a large lake, and you're about
Mama.
two days journey away from Joman. Um,
A lot of walking.
but
Wow.
and then so basically the so to like I said, kind of meta, they can come out for very very brief periods, but they can't really survive outside of the orb for very long. They're kind of just there to protect it, and then once they're in a safe space, they can sort of assist in uh, creating a new sort of temple for a place for the orb to be, or if you have a place to take it. But then once there's a process. They have to they have to kind of make the temple or whatever area you take the orb to sort of
Mm.
habitable for them. They can't leave that space, but at least it allows them to sort of exist outside of the orb as long as they need to. They can protect the orb that way, but they just can't leave whatever space is designated for it.
Hmm.
And then they work like an artifact. So once they're activated, not now because they're not in a safe space, but in once you get them somewhere where they can be, they work like an artifact. So you can activate them once per day, and then they can last for up to 24 hours. Um, and then they need 24 hours to it needs 24 hours to recharge. Um, so if something happens, you can activate them for a couple hours, whatever, or you can set up. This is all meta, like I said, or have
Right.
them where they're taking turns appearing to sort of be guardians of the orb, or however you want to set it up. But that's how the magic part of it works. So outside of that area, they can only really exist for a few minutes before they have to return to the orb. If that makes any
And what's
sense.
the state of the back at the demons at the moment?
So they have dematerialized and they're gone for now. Um, he wasn't prepared to handle five guardians of the light. He was prepared to handle you guys. So
Flashbang.
right, that's kind of
Pocket
how.
sand.
Yeah. um, so uh, so yeah, so basically, let me get this out of the way so we can see what I'm doing. So yeah, so they're going to need help finding a spot. Now, if it's something I wasn't really sure where to go with this because I want to kind of keep this somewhat sandboxy, but I also want to make sure it kind of fits in with the setting. There are a couple of locations that you would know about being somewhat familiar with this area.
I I think our original plan was that we were going to go ahead to the nearest village.
Jaman, okay,
Yeah, I
and
think that was the original plan last time.
yeah, make a plan from there because what
Yeah,
they're
just try to get the civilization.
Yeah. So yeah, you're about 2 days journey from there, from Jaman, and then we could pick up once you guys get back to town and get organized and settled in. You can make a plan, but I just wanted to make sure that in the description, um, everybody has a pretty good idea of like kind of what's going on. The demons, obviously, Nepharax is after the orb. He's going to need to regroup now that it's been activated. Um, so he's obviously going to be kind of a thorn in your guys' side until you get it somewhere safe. But you should be fine for a while. It's going to take him some time to return to his plane and make a plan and come back and be the big bad evil guy.
I love being hunted down by a demon.
Just another Tuesday, right?
Mm.
All right. So like I said, they're going to have to return back into the orb. It is daylight at this point. It's actually just kind of morning. What do you guys want to do from here? Was there anything left at the ruins that you guys wanted to do or anything like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so
Okay.
because I'm going to assume that whatever positive light energy we were feeling before is coming from this orb. There's nothing of it left back at the temple.
Correct. That would be a good assumption.
All right. So yeah, I don't think we have any other reason to sticking around.
Very good. Okay. All right, so you guys are able to now. I believe you guys had some sort of a base camp outside of the ruins, correct?
Eldris didn't. He kind of just goes on the move.
Okay. I don't. I guess.
Because we all came at like by ourselves at
Oh,
different
that's right.
angles.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay. I was trying to remember that. I couldn't remember if we started together or if we started everybody. But that's right. Everybody just kind of met,
yeah, we just stumbled on
happenstance.
each other.
Perfect. Okay. So all right. So then you guys are heading towards Jaman, correct?
Yep.
All right. Um, it's not gonna. You're pretty far out in the middle of nowhere. So traveling, getting back to the road, it takes about a day, and then you're only, like I said, you're only about a day's journey on the road. So you'll spend today getting basically to the road. Did you guys want to make camp before you hit the main road, or do you want to just find somewhere along the side of the main road? The main road would be somewhat fairly monitored. There'll be occasional patrols and things like that. It's fairly busy in this area. Not you might see a traveler or two at night, but during the day there's gonna be more hustle and bustle.
Stupid. Why do I always have to get lost on these roads? I'm assuming we're very lost.
um.
Well, basically, I
Well,
mean, you know how to get to Joman from here. It's just basically you just had to make your way back to
I
the
mean,
main
we
road, and
probably
then
would have been at Dramon on the way to the ruin, right?
it would make a lot of sense. I mean, actually, yeah, because it's the only there's not a lot of civilization where you are on the map right now. In fact, oh, that's right. I don't have it open in the app. Darn it. Okay, hang on one second. Do-do-do. Yeah, the next closest cities are 3 to 4 days journey west and southwest of Joman. So yeah, that would be really the only. And these are not big bustling cities. I mean, comparatively speaking, I think Jaman is like under 2,000 people. This map is driving me bonkers. I accidentally was scrolling because I was thinking I was on another window, and now I'm waiting for it to zoom back out again. There it goes. All right, so there we go. Now can I move? Thank you. So yeah, you guys, Joman is next to it's on the east side of a rather large lake. I was trying to see if I could maybe I can take a picture or do a screen grab or something, but I just got to move this distance marker out of the way because it's comically big for the size of the map for how zoomed in I am. Like the little circles where you put your points to measure the
Mm-hmm.
things completely obscure the entire name of the town and everything when I try to put it on there. So they're just
Damn.
ridiculously big. So let me just zoom in a little so I can get a decent kind of overhead shot of the area. And that'll give you some markers too. So I'm just waiting for it to catch up. So yeah, so basically, you guys will get close enough where it's your choice. You can stretch it out, hit the road, and then hit go north and start heading towards Joman and make camp on the road. Or if you want to make camp off the road and join it in the morning, it's totally up to you.
Mm.
I said we're going now.
How long have we? How much would you say we have gone without sleep at this point?
Well, let's see. You did go the night, with the whole down in the lower level and everything. So this was morning of the next day. So did you guys want to take a day to rest, or you want to just try to rough it?
I say now. What about you two? Oh, three. How many people do we have?
Yeah, we'll have to
All
figure
this
out something to do with
walking.
the other two.
Why do we gotta do all this walking? I mean, come on. Can't we at least, get a restroom break?
What's the thing for? Oh, there it is. Control Shift or Windows Shift S. All right, I'm going to make a little screen grab here. I think I could just copy and paste into the chat, I think. There we go. Okay, and then if I go to our Discord chat, pop that out. and drop that in there and hit enter. It worked. It's very zoomed out right now. I can do a little closer one if you guys like. Once I get everything done on this map, it is intended to be kind of an interactive map. And I will share it once I have it a little bit more finalized in. Then you can kind of zoom in and check different things out and whatnot. But are you guys able to open it?
Wait, which map?
The image in the voice chat. Uh,
Image
the
of
voice chat.
It's in
Text chat.
our if you do the little pop out for the actual our group voice chat text chat, not the campaign channel. It's kind of confusing.
I'm confused. Oh well, you did it. You confused me.
So it's in. So we're in chat. We're on the campaign voice chat channel. There's a pop out just for this channel for the chat. It's in there.
God damn it! Apparently,
So
I gotta go goddamn rescue somebody. God fucking damn it! I can't have any goddamn time to my goddamn self.
All right, so I go to.
I'm
It's
gonna
not in
try
file.
and be back as quick as possible because
All
I
right.
gotta go. Apparently, save who probably about to be an ex goddamn friend.
No worries.
Mhm.
So when you're on voice chat, if
Oh,
you're
I
on
see it.
Discord, there's a little pop out note shows show chat in the upper right,
Mhm.
and then it's in there. There's a link. And you should be able to open it in the browser. If you click on it, you can. There's a thing that says open in browser because it's really blown out. Joman is like if you see that little bluish blob kind of middle left of the map, that's the
Oh, yeah.
lake.
Mhm.
That's the lake that Joman
Oh,
is just east of.
Okay, so that's east of there.
So you guys are sort of you're east of Joman or southeast of Joman just a little bit. So you're heading west to get to that road that leads up to Joman. Just to kind of give you a perspective. I can zoom back and do like a whole continent map too, just to give you a sense of scale. Because it's a big ass world. Oh, what happened to it? Oh, it's in my other browser. There we go. Okay, let me zoom all the way out so I can get a proper screen grab of the whole thing. And I'll turn off the layers for the. Oh, I've got all the states on there. Maybe the states would be a good map for you guys to see just how like where all the different cultures are and everything. So I'll just leave it like that, and I'll grab a picture of this. All right. So how do I do that again? Windows Shift S. There we go. And I'll grab this. There we go. And then I go to Discord. Then I pop out the chat. And then I paste it. There we go. And send. Then I'm gonna do one with the layers off too, just so you can get a better look at it. I'll just leave these in here. Then if you want to download them, and then once I get this finished off, it's an interactive map, so you can like click on towns. You can see like the diplomacy, like which empires get along with which other ones, and it's got all kinds of like icons on the map, and it's pretty interactive. That's why I want to use this as my main setting. Okay, so I turn that off. Then I'm going to do another picture.
Seems really different from the one we previously used.
It's not even the same topography. So that map was so old, and then by the time I got back to try to use it again, and I put it back into the Asgard's maps, it completely butchered it. So I had to start from scratch, which is awesome. I kept most of my
Yeah, it looks
cultures
like
and
you
stuff,
flipped
but
it and added in a third continent.
what's that?
Looks like you flipped the two continents. You switched the two continents locations and threw in a third one.
I can
This is
see
just
the. Sorry, I was just saying I see the. Oh, there it is. I was like, how am I supposed to make it into a continents? I didn't see you posted another one.
Yeah, no, you
I'm
can't zoom that one out.
stupid.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm just doing pictures, but once I get it complete, I believe I could just share the file of my
Cool.
world, and then you can open it and you can scroll around. The only thing I was worried about, I don't know if people could change stuff or do anything. I'm trying to see if there's a way that we could just make it like a viewable map. I'm also looking at doing something in Incarnate, but what I like about Asgard is it creates. You can create all your cultures and your states and your provinces. It's really
Is it
cool.
free?
Yeah, it's totally free.
Oh, send me the link to that. I could use that.
If you just do a Google search for it's just AZGAAR Asgar's maps,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be the first thing that pops up. And actually, if you go to here, if I do, well, I can just go. Duh, I can just go back to my starting page, and I'll get the whole link. Yeah, there we go, and I'll put it in chat. If you want to use it commercially, they have a $25 lifetime. It's $25 for lifetime.
Cool.
If you want to be able
Sounds
to,
works for me.
yeah, I thought that was pretty reasonable too. There we go. All right, let me drop this in here. That's the link for the map generator.
I appreciate you.
It's a little weird to get into, but like you can't break anything by playing around with buttons. The one tip I will give if you're just going to play around with worlds initially, um, keep the points number on the options. It's like basically how detailed the map is under like 30K or under. If you put it all the way up to 100K, your map will move like molasses in January, and it's
Oh, how
almost
does
impossible.
molasses in January move?
Not very fast. Well, at least if you're
Oh,
in
okay.
in a cold climate.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm in New York, so that really would not move then.
Right. It's been pretty cold here. I can't believe I got fucking sick. Ugh. I have not been sick like this in years. I thought I had COVID a couple years ago. I had a flu bug and it wasn't COVID. But you go back before COVID, and the last time I had like a seasonal kind of cold flu, whatever the hell this is, it's probably close to 10 years ago. That's one of the things I loved about moving here because in Wisconsin, every year when the seasons change, in the spring I would get sick for 3 to 5 days, and then in the fall I would get sick for it was almost every single year. It was always around spring, going into summer, and then going into fall from summer. I would get sick. And since I've been here, I don't know if it's a drier climate or the altitude or what, but it's been pretty good up until now, today. But I'm functional. There we go. I'm just not feeling
That's
real
good.
good. Yeah, I'm just a little brain foggy and my throat hurts, so all the talking, I'm sure I'm going to feel this tomorrow, but um, we'll see what happens with dusk here. If nothing else, like I said, we can. Let me check something here quick. So if I export the map,
Okay.
and then if I do,
So, well, in the Empire, you said of Maladin.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Valandian Empire is where you guys currently are on the big map. And then even on that big one, if you can kind of see to the left of the big V there, there's a little blue dot. That's the lake that is right where Joman is.
You know what you should do is you should take that map image and
Hmm.
make it a phone cover.
A phone cover, interesting.
Yeah, so like fans could, have like a phone case. There's a site you can do that. I think it's Redbubble. You could put all of your design stuff on there and it'll automatically like turn them into phone cases and things you can buy off the site.
Oh, for merch and stuff. Yeah, that is a cool idea. Jen was looking into that because she found on Canva they've got you can design your like a coffee mug, and you can actually order them right on through their site. You can. They're expensive as hell. Their stuff's not cheap. Like I think what was 25 or 50 business cards was like $15 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get 500 at Vistaprint for like $30. So it's not cheap to do it through Canva, but it is super
Easy.
convenient. And if you're just doing prototype stuff just to test things out, it's probably a good way to just kind of
Or just duck
do
under
a
the
small
table.
batch order kind of a thing.
Just
Yeah.
put that going under the table.
Yeah. That's totally, yeah. There's some good sites out there for stuff like that. We're kind of looking into that because I'm trying to see how much stuff I could put together for RageCon, other than just the shirts and the books. I'm gonna order some more dice and just have. I mean, there'll be 50 vendors selling dice there, I'm sure. So I
Here,
don't know.
let me send you the link. It's the name of it. I think that's what it is. Redbubble.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I occasionally get Facebook ads for Redbubble. I think you're right about that. Yeah, I'm almost sure. Uh, I've been doing my shirts through T Public because that's where the guy who designed my stuff, that's where he puts his art, and I want to make sure he's getting something for that. I'm gonna probably have a sister site at some point to sell them, but initially I wanted to make sure he was getting that he has a site to do it and that he has a way to promote the art himself. And for the first year or so, I wanted to make sure all my shirt sales were going to him. So um, just because he's been so awesome and helping me get stuff going. And honestly, without him chipping in and helping me with stuff, during over COVID, I don't know if that I would have got my game done. So it was very helpful. Since this has been sort of a very cobbled together